Hey guys, Jordy from Seven Eagle Group. I am so excited today. We're chatting with Jason Colby, who is one of our cybersecurity mentors, just an awesome guy, served in the U.S. Army, cares deeply about helping the military community, and he mentors our students. He gives them encouragement, guidance, and helps them through with their training so they can get into great jobs. And Jason was kind enough to spend a few minutes today talking a little bit about the industry and sharing his story. So Jason, thank you very much for taking a few minutes. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Awesome. So do you mind giving everyone a little quick overview of your Army days, what you did in the Army, what lessons you learned, what you liked about it, what you didn't like?
Absolutely. Yeah. So when I joined the Army, my big thing was that I wanted to be airborne. So I joined and I said, I want to be airborne. And I ended up with a job of a cannon fire direction specialist. So I did calculation of firing data for artillery and ended up with the 82nd Airborne, served there. And I really enjoyed my time in the military. It gave structure, really worked on, the importance of teamwork and what that means to, accomplishing the mission. And that's carried with me ever since. And I think that's one of the great things about veterans and those that have served is that you have all these wonderful values that you've gained during your time, with teamwork kind of being that overarching, core value. And that's really something that I've taken away from, my service and that I've carried with me ever since. And
That's great.
it served me well.
Did you know you always wanted to go the cyber route when you got out?
No, so I had a background in medical, so ER tech, firefighter, EMT, and while I was going to school, looking at pre-nursing, the field was just really difficult to get into because of the lack of schools and so on. And so I like technology, and I started working on my associates in information technology, and went from there.
That's great. And I know you worked at a number of big name corporations, like Costco and Tommy Bahama and Dell, working in their cyber departments. Talk a little bit about what you like about going that corporate, the civilian side, and what that might be like for somebody who's considering that route versus working in a government agency or a federal contract.
Sure. With the private organizations, you tend to have, money that is maybe available that may not be with, a public provider for certain things. You don't have to go through as much scrutiny when it comes to purchasing, for example. In the public sector, purchasing is its own thing. In the private industry, you're much more free in what you can choose. You have fewer restrictions, and I've enjoyed that aspect of it. But I do, some of the work that I've done, like at Dell EMC, we did a lot of work for the government. So I had to have a clearance at the time, and we housed their data. So there's a bit of back and forth. There's not a black and white, is kind of a gray. And so that's been good. But, there's just lots of opportunity, whether you're public or private. I've chosen the private route because it's offered opportunity to move around and try different things.
What do you like the best about working in cyber?
The variety. There's just every day is something new, and really there's just so much that you can take on. The sky's the limit. You can do so much and go in so many different directions. You're just never going to be bored. And I've really enjoyed that aspect of cyber.
What are some of the things you don't like as much about the industry?
Well, with anything, there's a certain amount of politics that you do have to deal with. And also, like some other IT professions, but cyber especially, there is kind of a lack of work-life balance. A lot of times, it can be very long hours.
Yeah.
And
Are you
so it's
always
just
on, you always on call? Are you always at
Yeah,
their
yeah,
call? Yeah.
absolutely. So, depending on my role, I've either been on call 24/7, 365, or I've gone on the rotation where,
Yeah.
you're on call for a week and then you're secondary for a week and then you're off call. But, there's always that, you're
Yeah.
always on call or working long hours.
Got to stay one step ahead of the bad guys, I guess, right?
Yeah, yeah.
What, why do you feel veterans make great cyber analysts? What do you learn in the military that carries over into the workforce?
First and foremost is the teamwork that I mentioned. Um, you know, Being part of a team is extremely important. As an individual, we can accomplish so much, but as a team, we can just do so much more.
Yeah.
So I think that's incredibly important. But also, the attention to detail, the ability to have patience, and also, to work toward a goal, a mission, is very important. We have a mission of protecting our organization's data from outside bad guys or inside bad guys, right?
Yeah.
And being able to work toward that mission is something that veterans are used to doing, and they serve very well in that role.
Yeah, I would imagine so. That's why we have such enormous interest from the veteran community to go into careers like this. What I know you just recently moved down to South Carolina. What do you like to do in your free time when you're not working?
Yeah, well, I love spending time with my dog, going for walks. Also, big on reading, whether that's fiction or nonfiction, staying up on the latest in cyber and technology, or just kind of enjoying. Also, scuba diving, hiking, camping, those kind of things.
Oh, you're in a good spot for all those things now.
Absolutely,
That's
yeah,
awesome. And I saw in your profile way back you were a firefighter in Colorado.
yeah. Well,
Uh,
I did 8 years, so 3 years in
oh my goodness.
Washington, 3 years in
Oh my gosh.
Colorado, and then I did another couple of years volunteer.
Oh, I can't imagine what these guys are going through now out in California in the
Yeah, it's
Northwest.
very tough work, wildland firefighting. Absolutely.
Oh my gosh. Well, hey, Jason, I can't thank you enough for everything you're doing for us and for the community to help them with their careers. And you have a true passion for helping your brothers and sisters from the military. And I thank you so much for that. And thanks for sharing your story with us today.
My honor and pleasure. Thank you.